Okay, so I record the meeting so I can put in the YouTube. So for those not here, they can watch. I prepared some slide, some slide just to, let me share the slide. So this is our first meeting before the actual competition. So as I mentioned just now, I will give some update, particularly for the venue layout, because there are some new update. Then I will look at as I mentioned, the assessment. It's more like to highlight those important points, because this time we also have quite many new experts. Then we look at the test project translation, right? So I'll explain later, then come to the last point on the Q&A. So come to the venue layout. There is some update, right, on the venue. This will be the similar as we discussed before, right? But now
can you make it bigger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so but this one is still based on 14 competitor. Actually, we only have 12, right? If you see on the left-hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the right-hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This will be 8. Then on the top, we should only leave it 2, right? Because right now it's 3. Then at the bottom is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We should only leave it 2 only. Ami, is it correct? Your plan? Ami? Are you here?
Sorry, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah. So right now, this layout, I think they just gave it. I checked in my Dropbox. I think they just updated about 1 month ago. But the competitor after confirmation, right? We only have 12. The confirmation is about 2 weeks ago. That's why it's the finalized. So we only have 12. Is it your plan? I remember last time we discussed, right? You are going to remove 1, right? Then at the top part, you have 2. Then at the bottom, you are going to remove 2. Oh, sorry, 4, 4. Yeah, this 8. Then 2 will be 10. Then 12, is it? So maybe this one will be removed.
Sorry, I think we can remand them.
Oh, remain
you
it.
need to cancel them. You need to remove them.
I don't know. So you have the station, but are you going to leave all the equipment, everything?
No, we prepare 13 workstation. Yeah.
1 backup. So right now is 4, 4, 12. This 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now it's 14.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, right? 8 will be 9, 10, 11, 12.
You can remove number 5.
Which one?
This
number
one.
5.
Red.
Yeah,
This
last time you said. Yeah, this one. My mouse here.
Oh no, number 8 is good.
I remember here we can leave it for some display or something. to show
Because
to the public.
at number 8 there is the sponsor.
Yeah,
You see on the right side.
they can use the
So maybe
space.
Klaus, we have more space at the sponsor area on the right on the right side.
Because right now it's 15 station. I mean,
15.
based on this
Okay.
layout.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So if you want to keep to 13, right? Keep to 13. So right, 4 will be 8. And this one will be 10 or 11. 11. Then 13. Right, yeah. But anyway, I think we can, I don't know. You can take out 1 or 2, have some space as some display, right? So that would be, we have, yeah. So that's the main entrance. So from here, this side is the public working the way. Then they will come in here. And this will be the emergency. There is a small door, small gate come out. And that would be this.
Yeah.
So Leo, my idea is maybe if we have more space when we remove 2 stations, we should use this space for, I don't know, meetings or
but this one is how to say, the meeting will still get this one because this one is a higher partition. This one is a very low partition. It's 1 meter only.
Yeah, I mean, meeting maybe for other visitors, for technical delegates, because as we at the beginning said, we need more countries for water tech. So hopefully Adiro and Festo can invite a lot of technical delegates, and then we have a small area where they can sit, where we can show videos, where we can discuss. I don't know, maybe in the right corner near the sponsor.
Can.
Thomas, what do you think?
Yeah, I will say that we make it here shorter. I come with a example of it, of the layout, and then we can discuss it in a smaller groups with Amy and the others, because here I think we need not to discuss too much here at that point.
Okay, understand.
So that we can go on this topic. We will. Yeah. It's good that everyone knows. Okay, it will be changed a little bit the design, but I think we not need too much discussion, or only if someone has inputs, then it's okay. And I create something out of this actual layout. Okay. Makes an example.
Yeah, that's good. I suggest maybe these 2 can be out. Then that's the same, only the gas supply and the water connection. And they also do a 3D, right? That's the how is it looks like. They just prepared the isometric view. So as mentioned, so this is our expert room. This one the competitor room. Right, this will be the expert room. That's the workshop manager and also the storage. So as mentioned, if we want, we can take this out because there's an exit here, right? We have some space, can show something. And this one, not so sure. So that's Ami and Thomas, we can discuss separately. So that's about layout. Is there any question for this? Okay. So this will be like, maybe I zoom in a bit more. I showed the last time, right? The overall for our skill, this place. So that's the whole 3H. Ours at the whole 3H. So the red color is our area. The other 1, 2, 3. One is on the mechatronics. It's all under Festo, sponsored by Festo. Clean technology. Then the other one, I forgot. This all all this area will be the Festo sponsored area. So that's the one of the door can come in. You can see my mouse. I'm not sure you can see it, the direction. So that is one gate can come in. And this will be the main walkway for the public to see. Okay. Come to some other information, right, about the competition. That's everyone can log in, can see it under the competition documentation, the TD, and of course you can't see this one. We don't have test project uploaded. The workshop layout, so which just now I mentioned, but what you see is still the old one. Inside there's one layout. Sorry, the venue layout. I want to highlight will be on the SMP, the skill management plan, and also the standard assessment guide. And this one, some of you also give some comment, Rui Hua, name Michaela, some of you, right? And I know Rui Hua's comment, I couldn't put into the... Does anyone say something? So I couldn't include the inside, but we still can discuss when we come to Shanghai, right? Because the deadline, I need to submit to what skills. Health and safety, infrastructure list, right? Or there's a link you can see. I want to highlight to be as I mentioned, the skill management plan. This one has been updated by Hilma and me. So you can check particularly for the competition schedule, right? On C1, C2, and C3 and C4. There's some difference compared with Lyon because there's some change. Okay, you can go to log in to see it. Okay, for the competition schedules. Again, this one is not the final version. We'll be always updating if there's any change until the competition. That is the final, right? Just keep in mind, it's not the final because you may see like C1. I just give example, right? We have the A1 in the morning. You have D1 after the A1, right? So that would be the. You can check the schedules. As I mentioned, there's some change compared to Lyon, right? The other one will be as I just now mentioned on the standard assessment guide. This will be the very, very important document, particularly for the new expert, right? When you train your competitor, and which is correct way to do it, and which is wrong, right? So I want to highlight every single descriptor, right? Now I give one a number, a reference number or a code number, because I realize someone give some comments, right? Don't know which one referring to, right? So that's I give a reference number, right? Easy to refer to which one you are referring to, right? So that would be like this. So every single one have a number here, right? Easy to refer to. Okay, how do I give this code number, right? The first letter refers to the whether it's lab for L, mechanical for M, then electrical followed by E, others I remember followed by O, right? Then the second number, right? If the 0 means, right, it's a critical fault. If this 1, right, second number is the major fault, then 2 is the minor fault, 3 means perfect. That's how do I give the second number. The third number is just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a number of the description for the any particular you know, the practice. right? So you can go to check. I have upload into the discussion forum. This is the latest one on the 22nd of May. Let me stop sharing this.
この間のドイツの時にも話聞いてて、
Okay, so I just stopped sharing my current slide because I saw Imani Nada just come in, right? I know you just finished your meeting, so we have today, let me see. So we have about 11 or how many countries here? I can't remember now. I need to count. I believe only Dora and Obi and Boitu Mela, right? Not in.
Namibia is missing, and
South Africa.
Zambia.
Zambia.
Yeah.
South
Oh,
Africa.
you're here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So only
Zambia.
Namibia not here. So the rest are here, right?
Yeah.
I think I can let Imani to say some word before I continue.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Leo. And I apologize for being late. I had already informed Leo that I may have some delay because of another meeting. And also, thank you so much for the invitation to be here as one of the godfathers of the water technology. I still remember in 2011, as we were discussing about the topics, and 2012, as we were in a general assembly of the WorldSkills, trying to convince the community that the WorldSkills International needs to consider a new skills, a new profession dedicated to the cause of the water and wastewater management, basically. And also maybe later on discussions about to what extent we could showcase this about the future skills. And yes, we did it in Abu Dhabi, and we did it then 2 years later. I mean, 2 years before in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and then in Abu Dhabi as a kind of demo skills, and in Kazan was like the first one. And I have to say, I'm very pleased to see this community growing. Of course, the special edition was also a milestone for us, but now with the topics of Lyon, that was a fantastic move forward. And I would just say that this is the result of the whole community and everybody of you that has been really supporting this movement of believing that the world requires water technicians. Now, and I heard that about these discussions that has been going on, and as you know, there are rules inside of the WorldSkills International. Those rules are being defined by country members during the WorldSkills General Assemblies. As you are perfectly aware, those rules are not carved in stones. They can be amended, they can be changed. And as you know, based on the rules that are existing, skills in, skills out, since the WorldSkills International would like to be a mirror of the professions that the world require, there are rooms for skills coming in and skills going out. For sure, the labor market worldwide is a dynamic movement, and therefore the WorldSkills International community has to be adapted and resilient with these regards. And as you know, when you introduce a new rule, and Liu and Hilmar and Thomas, they are here in this call, they could also confirm this. There is rules for when you introduce a new profession with the 6 countries and then 12 countries, and And the WorldSkills International community expectation is to say that if there is a skills is demanded or is needed by the world community, I mean, the humanity, basically, we should have at least 14 countries participating in those skills. Only then we can really talk about the world profession or skills that the humanity needs. And therefore, this is a kind of regulatory to alter among the skills in, skills out, and make sure that there is room for new skills to be born and old skills to disappear. But here is that there is something that we should also consider, that skills are sometimes so innovative and so forward-looking that even if the WorldSkills International wants to be a reflection, a mirror of the skills that humanity will need, nevertheless, we need to be careful about I would just call it the time for maturity, the time that skills would show itself and its need to be considered by the different members. So we now have our 90 country members. Hopefully the tendency will grow to the entire 193 nations that we are worldwide. Nevertheless, those countries need also time, and also their labor markets need also time to express a demand for a certain profession, for a certain occupation, for certain skills competition to be considered. So, and you can imagine that some profession over 3 periods, like 6 countries, 12 countries, 14 countries, so 6 years period, every 2 years competition would need maybe sometimes a little bit more. But also to the fact that the skills needs also to be a kind of give and take with the labor market. And I can really tell you, because of my private and personal engagement, I've been also engaged in a couple of countries around the world where I can really tell you that the skills demand is there from the professionals, but not necessarily the skills people have the connection with the water people. I mean, the subject matter experts people. So in this case, I know that there is a disconnect between the people who are engaged on the skills promotion with the people that are engaged on the water technology promotion. I can give you a couple of countries to be named, but nevertheless, we need time to gain visibility and to gain activities and momentum. So now here we are. Understand with regard to the skills competition in Shanghai, we have been respecting the threshold, and that's also the reason why WorldSkills Shanghai has been adopting the WorldSkills number 55, the water technology for the Shanghai edition to be taking place in September this year. And usually the discussions whether a skills is taking place or not taking place is usually done after the previous competition. So, and once it is adopted, then it is adopted. And basically, this is exactly what has been happening after Lyon for the WorldSkills competition water technology to take place in Shanghai. But I understand that there are some discussions. I would just say maybe too early discussions that because there are only 12 nations participating in this competition, we may question whether the WorldSkills International competition in Aichi, and we are talking about September 2028, basically that's a long time to go, whether water technology should take place for that time. And I think this is a little bit too early, and we think that this is a little bit too early discussions. Nobody really stopped this kind of discussion to take place because this is part of the community dialogue and the rules that the community has been setting up. But nevertheless, maybe this kind of discussion should take place after Shanghai and not before the Shanghai. So in other words, we need really to stop talking about whether yes or no water technology will take place in Aichi because of many reasons. Of course, because of the time for maturity we need, but also because of the fact that the machine is still ongoing and we are still promoting the topics, besides the fact that we're also promoting the topic for WorldSkills Asia and also WorldSkills Europe. And of course, we should not forget Shanghai. Shanghai is a huge milestone And I think during the Shanghai competition, a lot of nations would also consider, would also believe that that this could be also the future. I don't know if somebody from United Arab Emirates is in this call, but I've been having a discussion with the responsible people in United Arab Emirates that they were saying that they would love to consider water technology for their country because they are aware of the importance of water and water management, wastewater management. So. And within the conversation that we have been having with a couple of insiders, of course, Liu was part of it, Hilmar and Thomas, and also Klaus Kronberg and some other colleagues that I may not necessarily remember, Rüdiger, for example. So we thought that some kind of parallelity and parallel has been taking place. So if, I don't know if I can share, I cannot share, but if I could share, I would put maybe here the link here to in the chat. That may be a better case. So we have been having a similarity in the International Olympic Organization's committee a couple of years ago with regard to wrestling. As you know, wrestling has been part of, I mean, traditionally, if you just go to the history of Olympic 2,000 years ago, in the ancient Greek time, wrestling was part of the competitions, and at that time, wrestling has been also considered in the new Olympic time, new Olympic history in the 20th century, until very recently that the International Olympic Committee has been deciding that wrestling should disappear. The reason, because not many countries, not hundreds of countries or maybe dozens of countries are really participating in wrestling. Nevertheless, we do have a couple of very meaningful countries that they are very much engaged in on the wrestling. Excuse me. And it has been a kind of open letters from those countries that has been sent to the International Olympic Games, Olympic Committee, as an open pledge for the International Olympic Committee, please to consider wrestling just because of the tradition and because of the importance of this sport art among the sport categories of the Olympic, because it's a piece of history if you just consider. It's not like a skateboarding or surfing, which were very modern. So, and the link that I sent to you, it's a pledge of countries like United States, Canada, Kazakhstan, Bulgaria, Iran, and many other nations that are very good at this sport category, and it did work. And I think that this is maybe the moment for us as a WorldSkills, as a water technology community, to approach the WorldSkills international community in a very open dialogue and transparent, and also to ask for an open pledge and make a pledge and say that we do believe that because of a series of reasons, and I can really tell you a couple of reasons, that we should continue considering the water technology, not because we want to not consider the skills in, skills out rules, because this is rules for everybody, but because we believe that there is still time for water technology to promote this skills competition, also for new nations to come. And I do know that there is a couple of countries that are very much shown interest. I mean, United Arab Emirates was one of them, but there are also others. So that for Aichi, the discussion whether water technology should take place or not, that should really be taken in a year before Aichi, which brings us around September 2027, maybe around the last quarter of 2027. Yes, this is basically the idea, Leo, and your community, and I think there are reasons for that. To my opinion, back in 2017, as we introduced the water technology in Kazan, water technology was the only green skills that was introduced back then, only skills, and we are talking about skills, green skilling and green economy and green occupations. Actually, this is rather a kind of skills that we should really value for the future, but also it's a kind of skills competition that is going beyond SDG number 4. That's really much about sustainability development goals, and this is very much the SDG number 6 on its heart. And I think we are completely in these skills talking the language of the United Nations and multilateral organizations, and we should, as a WorldSkills international community, pay importance to this kind of skills that is very much matching the let's say the international organizations to lead the humanity. So, and I am sure there are a couple of other arguments that we can really put, maybe not so many, but maybe the top 5 or the top 4, and there are enough good arguments to write. But of course, this should be a pledge from the community. I'm a kind of a friend of and protagonist for the WorldSkills water technology community. And you can rely on me because I'm also very much convinced by this competition and the needs for a better water and quality water supply and education for it. But at the end, it should be a community. I mean, the delegates from these 12 countries that are participating to pledge this topic to be considered and not to be discussed before next year. In order to let the water technology its chance to get more nations to be attracted in there, so that we are going beyond the 14 countries threshold for Aichi, and therefore have it as a kind of stable competition for the next years to come. And I think this is very much important that everybody from the participating countries would sign or undersign, official delegate, technical delegates, this kind of pledging, because again, we should not forget WorldSkills International is a member-driven community. So that means you all are representing members of the WorldSkills International community, and therefore it should be a pledge from the members to the association and to the organization, basically. I think, having said that, it is a kind of understanding from your side whether the way that we show you here it's a good way, whether you think this is the way to proceed, and if yes, I'm perfectly happy to start drafting an open pledge so that it would be understand. Of course, it has to be iterative and it has to go through this water technology community, so that the letter will get approved by all of you, but then it will be undersigned by all of you before being sent to the WorldSkills International for the Aichi organizations. Yeah, that's it from my side today, and I'm open to address your questions if you have, or of course listening to your comments. And with this said, back to you, Leo. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nada. Actually, at the beginning of the session, we start at 7. Then I briefed a bit background of the competition, then the competition rules. I think you are right. They only decide after the Shanghai competition, not before, and. So the main goes to a voting for those like a skill below 14 by the member, which is by the technical delegate. Whether for those any skills below the threshold of 14 nation, then they will decide. You are right, it's not now, it's after the Shanghai competition. So your suggestion will be the expert, we can sign a pledge. So my question would be, number 1, whether it's too early. Then number 2, actually just now also mentioned to all the experts, the decision is by the TD. They do the voting during the assembly. They have the power to support or against. So actually, whether should we do this now or should we do it maybe or even in Shanghai? I'm not so sure whether it's if we go to. Of course, it's not wrong. We convey the information right now to all the experts. Let experts convey this message to their technical delegate before the Shanghai competition. Whether this is the right time, we can go ahead for the pledge for the expert. I don't know. Hilma, how do you think?
Yeah, first, thank you, Nada. I would like to try to write a letter to the technical delegates to the 12 countries the experts also can inform their technical delegates, and this should be a first, let me say, a first letter. We can describe the situation for water technology, and then maybe some weeks before Shanghai, we should write a second letter for the General Assembly. Also to get more technical delegates, not only the 12. So when they vote, we need, I think, I don't know, Nanada, how many technical delegates we need for voting, but I think we should have 20 or 25 countries they vote for water tech.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about the pledge, what are we pledging? I think, to my opinion, we are pledging two things. First of all, the discussions whether Aichi water technology will take place in Aichi or not is too premature. So we should not discuss it right now. This is the first pledging. And the discussions about whether water tech is going to take place in Aichi has to be done in a proper time. That means after Shanghai. That's the first pledge. And the second pledge is that once the time is there to discuss it, so we do agree the skills in, skills out rules, but then it will be done properly as it has been done. I mean, I am with the WSC international community since '97. I mean, I never had these discussions whether WSC, so this is a kind of exception because I understand it was 14 and then 2 countries drop out. So that's the kind of odd situation. But actually, once the Shanghai has decided to organize WSC water tech in Shanghai, then the discussion is already over. So we cannot really come back. So and then for Aichi, we have to do this to have discussions later. And of course, we can bring the arguments in proper way. So I think we should really do these 2 pledging, not more than that. And as would say, the timing, well, it can be before Shanghai. I would recommend really to do it before Shanghai, maybe not 2 weeks before Shanghai because it's too late, but also not necessarily within the next 2 weeks. So if you take the time, let's say within the next 4 weeks, to draft the letter and to approve the content, then you have to send it to these 12 technical delegates. And then the 12 technical delegates has to send it to the WorldSkills International Secretariat with these 2 pledging. And then in the WorldSkills competition in Shanghai, there is a General Assembly taking place. We know that. And then we will have to do our job. I mean, in Shanghai, I will approach many nations to convince them that the water technology is good for us. I mean, us, the humanity. So I will not give up. I will continue this fight because it's coming out of my conviction. I think everybody of you would do the same. But then I'm sure that after Shanghai, we will have enough nations to pay attention to this skills competition. And automatically, we will not have this kind of discussions next year. I mean, whether or not to take place. I mean, it would be so obvious after Shanghai that everybody will, oh yeah, maybe we'll have even more than 14, maybe we will have 16, 17, who knows? But I think we should pledge it. Maybe sometimes within a month we should send a letter, and it's a very friendly and very open-minded and very collaborative letter. Is an open pledge,
Yeah. I agree. Another, my newest information is that we will need 16 for Aichi.
Yeah, from after Shanghai.
Yeah.
Shanghai, they changed the rule from 14 to 16.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay,
we miss 4 countries
4
right
more.
now.
Don't worry. I'm sure that we are on the right track because water is important. Don't forget, water is life.
So my second question is, would you draft a letter? Would you write a letter?
I can draft a letter just as a kind of first suggestion, and I would like you guys to I can put it here, kind of a document that everybody could really improve it. And then once we believe that the pledge has enough wisdom in it, and correspond to our opinions, everybody here, then we can understand it. But what is very important is that all the participating nations would understand that, and that's maybe a pledge to you guys coming from different countries, whether it's China or India or Singapore or wherever. That's because if you are not convinced, then it would be difficult to convince others. But if you are convinced, it would be easy to convince others because we are convinced together.
Yes. Okay. And who can send this letter to other countries, to other?
I think
TDs?
we can
maybe
start.
Maybe you
yeah.
Colombia or Egypt or.
I mean, to non-participating countries.
To non-participating countries.
I
Yes.
think that is more important for those 12 countries. If we can get a pledge beside the 12 countries, example, I got 4 more, which is not in this competition. Then the World Skills International will see, okay, I got more than 16 countries has pledged. They want to join for the next competition. Then why they are going to take this skill out?
I think in this letter, if you want to let countries that are not participating in water tech, still some of them to sign, then the content should also formulate this in a proper way. That's us, the 12 countries participating in Shanghai, we undersign this pledge, and us as a potential country to consider this for Aichi, we undersign this pledge. I think we should have then 2 categories of countries. And you're right, if the 12 participating countries in Shanghai are signing and additional countries as potential participants are signing even more, then it's even better. Yeah. We can. But then we have to formulate the letter in such a manner that 2 categories of countries would be able to sign this pledge.
Yes,
but of course, members of the World Skills International, we cannot ask a country that's, for example, Peru. Peru is not World Skills International member, so we cannot ask them to sign this because they are not member of the World Skills International.
Of course, yes.
Okay. So if you are okay with this, and if the community here in this call is okay with this, I'm happy to draft a first letter, and I send it to you, all you. Maybe we can give a version name, like a version 1.1, 1.2, and then 2.1, 2.2, so we can see the progress. And once we are all fine, and then you as a let's say as a person, in the middle, or maybe you, Ilma, so together you can then let this letter be signed. Now, how to reach the technical delegate of the participating country is easy because the communication is there, but how to reach out to the technical delegate of non-participating countries, this is something that we need to do maybe through, I don't know, through the World Skills International, or maybe World Skills Germany, because we are sitting in Germany, or maybe who knows, I don't know. It's really up to you to decide how do you want to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I absolutely agree by following your approach. We just get this started. I have no objection at all. I want to thank you for your suggestion, Nada. So any comments from other experts? So to reach
I have one last question. Nada, is it possible to get a time slot at the General Assembly? No. Maybe not.
Well, if a member is asking that, I mean, for example, if World Skills Germany say, well, because remember, World Skills Germany has been the godfather of the water tech long time ago. If the World Skills Germany is asking for a time slot, then yes, we could, and we could maybe have a kind of pitch, 10-minute pitch during the General Assembly. That's possible.
Okay.
We need to discuss this with Rüdiger, maybe with I'm sure it's possible to have 10-minute speech. For sure it is.
Okay, good.
So to get our 12th country talk to the TD, that should be easy. To reach outside of this community, I think we can discuss later whether I can follow up or whether WSC Germany to follow up that. That's we discuss after we get our internal community first. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Nada.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. And I'm very proud to see people so convinced about the topic of water technology, and I'm sure together we will get it through. It's just a matter of articulation. And so I will do my homework. I will, within a week, I will come back to you, Liu, with this first draft, and then you can start turning around and see how we can get it better.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you very much. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Nada. Thank you.
Okay, so if you got if you got other thing, you can just leave. Otherwise, I will carry on for my part. I haven't completed about today's topic.
Excellent. Then I say goodbye to everybody. Then I go back. I jump to my next meeting. Thank you so much, everybody.
Okay,
goodbye.
thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank
See you soon in Shanghai. Take care.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So let me complete this one. Huh? So any comments or question? Everyone seems quiet for just another topic. I think we can overcome this hurdle. We should be able to see everyone in Japan 2028. Okay, so that's about this one. As I mentioned, that's a very good guide for particularly for the new expert between your competitor, right? For the assessment, so we have judgment and measurement. That's, I believe, everyone should know. There's no compatriot marking. Then there's some expected behavior from expert, right? So again, I will not go to repeat all those. There's one document sent out by Jane. Is everyone receive it, right? On the rule of expert. There's more expected behavior, right, from the expert. Then assessment, right? We have 4 experts in the team, right? Then there's whenever come to your competitor, you don't judge. Then the other 3 will judge. This will be just not the one explain it. For the assessment, if you go to see the skill management plan, right? We only have 2 tasks in rotation. So the rest will be not in rotation, right? So for those in rotation, right? I'm thinking we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? They will be do 1 task. Then the 4 experts. So you can see in this corner to see all the 6 competitors, right? Then the other will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. So you can see the other 6, right? The other 6 competitors. That's my suggestion. We can discuss more when we arrive in Shanghai about this. The 2 tasks in the rotation. So the rest will not in rotation mode. We will do similar humor on this. So who will prefer some of the testing. Last time this one, how did you do it, humor? We discuss it after arrival, or we do it online. I can't remember this one. But if not, we can arrive in Shanghai, then we divide in group. This one we take about half an hour to 1 hour.
I think we did it first.
For last round, right?
Related to the CVs from the experts. And then we discuss it in Lyon.
Okay, we can follow the same. Yeah.
Yeah, but we develop a draft, Leo, you and me.
We didn't ask for the survey, did we?
Yeah, we did it with a survey. Yes, yeah.
Okay, any comments on this one? Do you want us to do a survey, or Huma and me, based on your background, we group you into different part? Then we let you see whether you are okay. Then not okay, we can swap. Which practice you prefer? Anyone? Any comments?
We ask for a survey, yes.
Sorry, yeah, it's CK here. I think it's okay if Dr. Liu and Huma, you all decide based on our CV or the experience that we have. Yeah, because if it lets everyone to decide ourselves, sometimes it could be a lot more messy.
Okay.
Another things that we can do is because it's during the first week of July, we'll be at China for the friendly match. Maybe over there that times also can discuss a bit. I don't know.
But not everyone there, right? Only some of you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think many countries not there.
Okay.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
we human discuss. I will let you see. Even after we arrive in Shanghai, right? Anyone you don't like, we can just easily discuss out. We swap or we change. Yeah. Is that okay, Huma, or the rest?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I think
So
just,
because the we only have 12 country. We have 12 competitor. We have I remember we have lead part one group, mechanical one group, process. I think everyone will be in some of the assessment group. We try to balance out to be, but I don't think we can make exactly the same. How do I say? Because you want to assess more, right? Some maybe assess a bit more, some maybe a bit less. But we just see how, because this one, I think everyone will be inside the assessment group. Provided you pass the requirement by the World Skill International requirement, you can assess. That you have to pass the, I know there's an assessment program, there's something, you have to pass that one. I remember in Leon, who cannot assess? Is it the one from Brazil?
No, it was William from Kenya.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You remember you must pass all the requirement,
Yes.
because this one we can, I and Huma cannot decide. It's what Skill International decide. You have to pass the requirement before you can do the assessment, right? We'll form a group, then we'll try to balance out for the assessment group. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. The marking, right? Let me make it a bit bigger. This one is the marking for 2024 for your information. You also can see this information from the test project, which is available in the World Skill International, right? Again, this will be in 2024. So 2026, you can only see it in C minus 3 or 2, either 2 or 3, I can't remember. You can see the marking summary form. You can't see it now. The information not available for you now, right? So in 2024, the process part 17, lab work 33, then pump and bar maintenance 20, then the D is 30, right? So that's a breakdown here. Okay. Timekeeping, if you remember, for those who are with the competition longer, we have a timekeeper before 2024. So similar this time, we don't need a timekeeper because every task the competitors should write down when they complete it, right? So we don't have to, like the judge or the expert don't write down the time for them, but the assessment group just verify the time. So the competitor need to write down the time when they start and finish. Sorry, when they finish it, right?
But we need a timekeeper for when you have a stop or a break for a question or for some problems also.
Yes. So if Ida coming, probably Ida cannot do the assessment, right? Or she can. Maybe she can if she pass all the requirement. We discuss later, right?
I will try. Okay, I will try to do it.
No, I mean this we discuss later. If you can't do the assessment, probably we also have to do assessment also. You also can learn, right? So you also have no bias because you don't have competitor. We discuss this later, right? After we arrive in Shanghai. Then the test project translation, right? For our skill, okay, for our skill, we are not officially translated by WSC International. So what I do will be similar as Liam. I will use a Google Translator to do a translation for the test project. Then your interpreter will come to check my translation in C-4, right? 4 or 3. You just check my translation, okay? Then which country need translation? I think I will announce this in discussion forum, so you can indicate as an official channel, right? To indicate who need translations. Based on this, right? Based on this, Brazil, China, Japan, and Korea, you have interpreter. That means you will need the translated version. So the rest you don't need because you don't have interpreter. Okay, so that's based on the this one is in our WSC International website. So I will based on this to translate in 4 different language for your competitor. The rest
But
you don't have.
But in Lyon, you translate more, I think.
I translate
you
one
also
extra.
translated a German version.
No, I only translate one extra for you. That's because you don't have interpreter. We put in discussion forum discuss, right, for this for those required so at least I get official indication you need. So preferably I will do the translation for those you have a interpreter, because that's why you have the interpreter, you need translation, right? So a special case is for Germany, right? So that's about the translation. And any question for this?
Nope.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So we have the question, Mr. Liu, when do you translate test project? Because, yeah, you said you use the application Google Translation for the test project. But we wondered, in the China, we cannot use the Google.
No, not you do translation. I do translation. I finish the translation. You just check my translation C-3.
Okay, so you translate it in your country, not in China.
No.
So you translate in your country, yeah?
I translated before the competition.
Before the competition. Okay.
Yeah, before I reached to Shanghai.
Okay, thank you.
Then all the interpreter just need to check my translation.
Yeah.
Based on the last round in Lyon, most of the Google Translate did quite a good job. There are not much question. You can finish all the checking about 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yes, because we would like to use the Google Translation for this time. So that's why we want to
No,
check.
you can't do that.
Too.
You can't do that. You can only see my translation. You can only check my translation.
Okay.
You don't have time to do the translation at all. And anyway, the translation will be same as last round. You don't see all the question. You only see the beginning part. You don't see the second part. The second part, you only see you only check my translation just before the competition.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. The test project we divide into 2 parts. The first part, mostly in language. The second part is more on the picture and the diagram.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that part no one can see it. Only you can see it just before the competitions.
Okay. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. Otherwise, let me see what else I want to highlight. Yes. So that's one is I believe is my second last slide. It's about just now. Nada explained to us on the competition rule. This one is still the rule in Lyon, right? Let me make it a bit bigger. So for the provisional registration less than 13, you are on notice. on the actual competition as a maintained official skill, right, must be 14 or more. Then professional also 14 or more, right? So just for your information. So if you see for this latest competition rule, I don't know whether anyone read it, huh? For the latest competition rule, if you see, just maybe, let me open my file, huh? For the latest competition rule for the Shanghai, which means from Shanghai, they will follow this rule. This one, everyone can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, they released in this year, January. If you see the rule, is on which rule? 3.7. You see? So from Shanghai going to be 16, at least 16. That means after Shanghai, we need to follow this rule. We need to have 16 nations to continue, right? So just for your information on this. I believe this is my last slide. So before I end the session, anyone have any other comments or questions? Where is my? Anyone have any other question?
Dr. Liu,
Yes.
Yeah, I think in last meeting, I remember I requested like the PDF or some infrastructure list that can be downloaded. Currently, it's like we have to go to the website.
You mean the coming round in Shanghai 2024? Sorry, 2026.
2026, yes. Because
I
the
cannot.
one that
I also cannot get in PDF versions.
I see. So we have to
I
copy.
cannot get it. What you see will be like
The website, is it?
yeah, it's exactly same.
There's no button to export the list, right? Because
you can copy and paste. There's no, you cannot like export. Me, I also cannot export.
I see.
See if you see the.
But CK, if you want, we can do it together. I can show you.
I know where to find the list. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just that I feel like very troublesome.
No, there's no, but
There's
no, what is it? There's no export button.
Okay.
No printout. No.
No.
Yeah.
So what I do, I
just
also like this copy one.
There's PDF terms and status PDF. What is this?
Where?
On the right side. Right.
This one?
This one, yeah. No, not.
No, that's no.
So
I don't remember we can do it.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, what I do is I just copy paste and put Excel.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that also. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Any other question? Okay, if not, I think I will let me stop recording. Okay, so that's basically all.